Everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Punches and Pundits. Now, before we start, make sure to like, comment, subscribe on this video on YouTube, and make sure to check all our socials, especially TikTok, where we post the clips from this episode, and Instagram at Punches and Pundits. Now, last night we had an event, UFC Paris, perfect timing for us in the UK, and we'll start off with the main event now. Mo, you've been pretty clear on what you thought was going to happen in this main event, and it kind of went the opposite way. So talk to me. What happened, bro?
I've been having some stinkers with the predictions recently. My since the Bilal fight, the Bilal prediction where I predicted he would win every single fight post that Bilal fight, I've got it wrong. I can't lie, and I didn't see it coming. I'll be real. Moicano, talented fighter, has been around for a very long time, but I did not see it coming. People are acting like they expected him to win in that fashion, but I mean, you could expect him to win. There's nothing wrong with that, but for him to basically stop Benoit Saint Denis, to take him down and absolutely batter him on the mats, and then for the doctor to come in and stop the fight, I didn't expect that. I thought Benoit would just walk through him. Benoit with a new camp, fighting in front of his home fans. I thought this would be a rejuvenated Benoit Saint Denis, a Benoit showing things that we haven't seen from him before. But he got dominated, bro. Moicano wanted it more. Moicano smacked him around, took the mic, and just started slagging his people off as well. Bro, he violated him. He smashed him. He got on the mic. He said, F your president. And he just got it.
Do you know what was almost more disrespectful? Is that because that round was a 10-8, he took the second round off, bro.
He was relaxed.
He literally knew there's no way that swelling is not gonna, like, bro. Both his eyes were like, bro, it was peak.
It was a beating. It was a beating. It was.
But like,
and I'll be honest, I didn't expect it. I'm not gonna come on it and lie and act like, oh, Moicano. I didn't expect it. I thought Moicano was outmatched. I thought Benoit had more in his tank. I thought Benoit was more well-rounded. And he won in a way where I didn't expect it. He took him down and battered him. If you remember the Poirier fight, Benoit had Poirier's back at one point, and Poirier is a black belt. Benoit had his back at one point. Benoit, for me, has always been a guy that's solid on the ground. So for him to get taken down and mauled, it's crazy to me.
And normally Moicano, like, sometimes he does face adversity. Like against Jalen Turner, nearly got knocked out, and then he changed the tide. Whereas he just came in on smoke. And the thing is that with BSD, bro, he wasn't even defending himself on the ground.
No, he looked lost. He's getting overrated shots now. People are coming out and saying he's overrated. It was never any good.
That's a conversation to be had.
The last fight, he blamed the staph infection. He said the staph infection prevented me from training. It affected me on fight night, which is a good point, and it makes sense. And he had pictures of the actual infection, but he had no staph this time. He has a new camp. He doesn't have to fly. There's no jet lag. There's nothing. There's no acclimatizing. He's fighting in his home country, his hometown. I don't know if it's his hometown, but it's his home country. And I can't lie, that's not a good look for him. That is not a good look for him. To lose to Moicano, if you have title aspirations, you can kind of put out
the only thing that goes for him is that he's what, 28, 29? Something like that.
Yeah.
So he's still young. Can sit in the fight game. So, but he's really gonna have to, like, I don't know, man. It was weird because when you thought about the fight beforehand, you think a strength for strength. Who's the stronger guy?
Yeah, you look at Benoit.
Exactly.
You look at Benoit as the hungrier fighter. Benoit's performance against Poirier wasn't bad considering, the condition he was in going into the fight. You're thinking he's going to build on that. Yeah. And then for him to just get, what is he now? What is Moicano even ranked? What is Moicano?
Bro, Moicano's going to be top 10, bro. You're disrespecting him.
Top 10, much, top 10.
Nah.
Benoit was possibly a one win away from a title shot. If he had beaten Poirier,
Benoit was ranked behind Moicano.
I know, but if he had beaten Poirier, I'm saying, he was possibly a win away from a title shot. So he was that close to the title shot, and now he is so far away. I don't think it'll take a lot for him to ever be considered for the belt now.
No, and things can change quick. If he stays in and around the top 15, 3-4 wins.
I'm just saying it'll take a while, I mean, even Moicano, you look at who he called out. He didn't even call out any of the. I mean, he called out Hooker and Paddy.
Yeah, he said
Hooker's quality, but You know, he
Paddy,
didn't. He could
Paddy,
have pulled out. He could have called out a Gaethje, or he didn't. He could have called out a Poirier as well, but he didn't pull out any of those guys. He called out
Paddy,
Hooker and Paddy.
Paddy's easy money for him,
That's
according
what.
to
Yeah,
him,
yeah, that's what he believes. Yeah,
and it's a big money fight. And then Dan
yeah.
Hooker, he's the top 5 opponent.
No, no, Dan Hooker's on a good run, but I thought he'd call out somebody else. You know, I thought he'd have the balls to call out a Poirier or something. You know, or a Gaethje.
They train together. They're cool.
Him and Poirier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, he doesn't train with Gaethje. Gaethje's coming off a knockout loss.
Moicano
He's kind
trains
of
at
in.
ATT, bro.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking Gaethje. He doesn't train with Gaethje.
Yeah, no, I
Gaethje's in a
hear
bit
that.
of a
But they,
limbo right now. Gaethje's
I'm
coming
pretty
off a
sure.
loss,
I'm
not
pretty
matched.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be. Gaethje will be matched up with one of them. I think we're
With
gonna
who?
find out.
With
I
who?
think
Hooker or Moicano?
no, Gaethje is either gonna get Hooker or Poirier again. I think.
Yeah, possibly Poirier. They might do Poirier, but even the Hooker would be good. The Hooker, just Hooker style, you know. Hooker's the guy. He doesn't take a back step.
Did you
Gaethje,
see?
we know what he's about.
Did you see Dan Hooker just put in rematch question mark, and then Dustin replied, "You don't really want that."
Yeah, I mean,
Like, the first fight was a
crazy.
barn burner, bro.
But that is the fight that kind of affected Hooker. If you
Mm,
remember, after that fight, he went on a bit of a downward spiral
mm.
because he just stood in the pocket. He didn't give a toss.
Went down to 145 as well.
Yeah, exactly.
He
So,
tried everything. Fought
yeah.
Islam.
But he'd fight smart now. I think he's kind of changed his style a little bit. He's not as reckless. You know, he takes his time. He uses his range because people forget Dan Hooker's a tall guy. What is he? 6 foot. He's got a long range, but he never uses it. He just stands in the pocket and just trades hooks. He needs to use his range.
But
Fight on the outside.
he's
Keep
got too
fighters on the
much
end of your
power.
jab. I mean, you've been gifted with range. You know, a lot of fighters don't have that kind of range.
At
Just stay on the
lightweight,
outside.
especially, yeah. At
Yeah,
lightweight, especially.
stay on the outside and use that range.
But I can't lie, he's racked up some good, like, just thinking about it now. But it's weird. Like, you see Jalen Turner, I'd put him in the same sort of category with BSD. So talented, so much going for them. But there's just, they ain't
Doesn't
quite
listen.
figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Turner's
Jalen's, I
free,
mean, he's
bro.
young as well, isn't he? He's young as well, so he still has time to figure it out.
But the lightweight division is flipping. But I
Mate,
mean,
the way he battered Bobby Green, if you remember,
yeah.
he put a beating on Bobby Green. That's probably the worst we've seen Bobby Green get beaten. I mean, Paddy submitted him, but he destroyed Bobby Green. You'd think he'd kick on him and push on, and it hasn't quite worked out for
Well,
him.
he kicked Dan Hooker in his head like so badly. He had Moicano hurt. He didn't go for it. Like, he hurts these top guys, but there's just like, where's the finishing instinct, bro? Where's the thing that sets you apart? That's the only, because like in
That's
terms
the
of
thing,
build,
though.
6'3"
So, yeah, rangy.
at
He's solid,
lightweight,
good boxer as well. He's quick as well. He's got good hand speed.
bro. He's
And he's
scary,
experienced as well because he's been on. If I remember correctly, was he not on the undercard of McGregor Khabib?
bro. He's been
This
here
guy's been
for
around for a long time.
yeah.
So he's one of those guys where he's young, but he's got experience as well. So if it all works out for him and he can just put everything together, you could see him push on a
But
bit. But
if you're
it'll take some
so
time.
if you're Moicano, who do you want next, realistically?
If I'm Moicano and I want to keep winning, and I want more eyeballs on me, and he wants a funny build up to a fight, you've got to go Paddy. You've got to go
Yeah.
Paddy. Not saying Paddy's an easy fight because he's not. I think Paddy's very underrated. I think Paddy, you could say he's not as good as he thinks he is, but he's also underrated at the same time. People downplay his abilities, especially what he can do on the mats. For me, he's definitely top 3, top 4 grapplers at that weight. Let's be real.
Whoa,
Makhachev's a better grappler than him. You could
Oliveira,
say Oliveira, but other than Makhachev, Oliveira, I don't know, maybe Gamrot.
Sarukian.
Okay, Oliveira, Sarukian, and Islam are penciled in 100% better grapplers. But after those 3, who can you confidently say is a better grappler than Paddy at lightweight?
In the top 15
at lightweight.
Chandler?
Chandler's a better wrestler, but is he a better jiu-jitsu?
No.
Is he a better? Do you know what I mean? So with grappling now, I'm talking jiu-jitsu. I'm talking a guy that can submit you. I'd say Islam, Sarukian, and Oliveira are clearly ahead of Paddy Pimblett when it comes to grappling. When it comes to wrestling, of course, he's not a wrestler. But other than those 3, you've got to put Paddy 4 or 5.
That's interesting, you know. I ain't thought about that.
Paddy has that to bring to the table. So,
well, no, to be fair, I'd put Moicano.
A better
I'll be
grappler.
honest.
Yeah, so I said 4 or 5. You could put Moicano slightly above him, but there's not a lot of difference between them when it comes
Mm.
to the grappling. So that'd be an interesting
And
matchup as
Paddy's
well. The
big,
match.
bro. Paddy's big.
And Paddy is durable as well. People do not give him credit for his chin. He
That would
doesn't
be an
fight
interesting
smart,
fight.
but it would be an interesting fight, and it'd be a step up for Paddy. I keep saying step up. It's not a step up for Moicano. I mean, Moicano proved me wrong. I can't really pick against him, so it'd
But
be
you
a
would
good
pick
fight. Let's just
Moicano
keep
to
it at
beat
that.
him. You'd pick Moicano to beat Paddy, yeah?
You know, I've picked against Paddy a few times, and he keeps proving me wrong. But then I picked against Moicano as well, so I prefer not to speak on this one. I prefer no, I prefer to just say it'll be a good fight in it. I don't want to get cooked again.
No,
But my
that
predictions
that
have
would
been woeful
definitely be a good
recently.
fight. And you see, if Paddy wins, that's his ticket into the top 10. One fight into the top 15, and then to
Yeah,
get into the top 10 in the next fight,
yeah.
then
So
then he's
you said
winning.
Moicano's in the top 10 now because of
So
that win.
he was 11th
11,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah,
So he'll definitely be in the
yeah.
top 10
So
come
I mean,
Tuesday.
Paddy even said he wants a similar build up like O'Malley, where O'Malley didn't fight the top guy straight away. He kind of built up. So if Paddy wants to fight somebody in the top 10, but that's not highly ranked, then I think Moicano's perfect.
But
Moicano's a
I'll tell
perfect
you
fight.
what, if he beats Bobby Green and then Moicano, like he's to be
Who's the
taken
next
very
one?
seriously.
100%,
And then
100%.
BSD, he just needs to.
Yeah, BSC needs to. Yeah, I don't really know what he needs to do because he's already changed camps. He's had a good amount of time between the Poirier and this fight. So you're
Hmm,
thinking, what more can he do? You can't use that excuse of he fought too soon after his knockout loss, or you know, what I mean, he hasn't spent a good amount of time with his new camp. So
hmm,
I don't really know what BSD should do. You know, I don't know. Is he going to change camps again? I don't know. I think he just
hmm.
should go back to the drawing board. Obviously,
Yeah,
get healed up. Obviously, it was a big cut. Just get healed up. You know, get that sorted out, and then just get back to
yeah.
the drawing board, innit? And try and get out as quick as you can.
He claimed he was asleep in the first round, which you can't
Bro,
afford to do, bro.
bro,
Because
why was he asleep? I mean, why what? He had a staph infection again. Come on,
yeah, bro, it's
that's
not a
not
good
at the
excuse,
highest level. You can't even say that. That's a
bro.
disrespect to your coaches.
Bro, you can't be asleep when someone's trying to take your head off, bro.
Come
And
on,
then
man.
the co-main event was I do you know what? I got a little bit of a rant about the co-main event because, bro, Brendan Allen, yeah,
It's a weird one.
I I rate him, yeah, but bro, he was telegraphing his shots so much, bro. When it was strike for strike on the stand up, he wasn't even doing bad. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I didn't understand. I was looking at my TV and it was like, bro, you don't even need to shoot desperately like this. Set your stuff up, bro, with your strikes. Do you get it?
Mm,
He was just like panic shooting. I'm like,
nah, I just think Imavov. You know, Imavov. You know, people look at his performances in the past against Strickland and guys like that, but people actually forget how good a striker this guy is. Until you're in there with him, I think he makes guys like grapplers, especially, they start panicking, they start shooting, and like, oh, I can't stand with this guy. And I think he just panicked.
but
I think he shit
I
the bed.
don't I don't even think it's just that. I think because of the first round where Allen was able to hold him down, right?
Yeah,
Even though Allen didn't do any damage, he was able to hold him down. He fell in love with it. And at the end of the day, it's an MMA fight. And then in the second round, you get back up onto your feet. And when it was strike for strike, Allen's not got bad striking, bro.
no, it's not bad. It's just Imovov's just that level above.
It's
It was
slightly
a weird,
above.
it was a weird game plan. It was a weird game plan. We didn't really know what he wanted to do.
Yeah,
Do you want to go grappling heavy, or do you want to strike, or do you want to mix it up? You know, Cain Velasquez style, strike, takedown, strike.
bro.
I
Strike
didn't
into
know what
your
he wanted to
takedown.
do.
The moment, bro, not many fighters ever have been, he's going to take you down and he's still
Yeah,
going to take you down.
yeah,
When you telegraph your shots against someone who's got decent
yeah.
takedown
He's
defense, like
improved. Yeah,
Imavov, once he understood, like, this guy's just going to, he's not even going
yeah.
to strike
He's
a
not even gonna. He's
five,
not even gonna try hide it or set them
bro,
up.
we're not even going to go 5, 6 punches before he takes his shot. I'm going to
Mm,
sprawl. And to be fair to Imavov, bro, he was sprawling, putting his head down. Bro, he was doing all the right things. Do you get it?
yeah.
And for me, he won the last 2 rounds. And
Mm,
like with Allen, bro, that was because you see someone like this, yeah, he's gonna it's gonna be some similar to like a Bilal. He's gonna have to do so much to like get a title shot. And these are the sort of ones where like, cool, you go to Paris, You go to enemy territory, and there's actually something else because he took. I don't know if you saw. He took a video and said they asked for like urine samples and then a blood test, but they
Yeah,
didn't do
yeah,
that
yeah. I
for
saw
the
that.
French. They didn't do that for the French
Yeah,
athletes.
yeah. A lot of fighters were complaining about the French, the
Yeah,
way that their commission, and yeah,
just
it's a
wild.
weird one. Why
And
would yeah? I mean, they've just made weight. I don't even know if that's allowed. They've got to rehydrate, get some food in them. Why are you taking a blood test? It's a weird one.
urine and blood, and you're
Yeah,
only doing it for him and Moicano, whereas BSD. But
okay,
at the end
so
of the day, it didn't even.
it
Well,
didn't
maybe
affect Moicano.
I don't think Alan looked bad. I think it was just bad game planning, or maybe it wasn't even a game plan. Maybe it was just like once he was in there and he held someone down. And I understand once you hold someone down for 5 minutes,
Mm,
it's the path to least resistance. Do you get it? So he was like, I can do 15 minutes of this, get my
mm.
win. I'm in the
Just get
top
out of it,
five.
yeah,
I'm in the top five. I'm laughing. But
yeah.
bro,
He underestimated Imovov's takedown defense, thinking he could
especially
just because
telegraph
it's
it.
disrespectful to be honest. If you just want to shoot like that, you're like, yeah, mate, you're not going to be able to stop it. But Imavov is not the same guy he was a few years back, where he had that kind of poor cardio, poor takedown defense. Imavov's legit now. He's a proper MMA fighter now. He's not just a kickboxer.
Mm.
So he's evolved. And listen, where does Imavov go from here? It's a very
He's in a weird.
interesting.
I'll be honest. He's in a weird spot now
He
because,
needs a top fight now because you could say he's 1 or 2 wins from a title shot. You
but
know,
bro,
it's kind of
he
weird
needs.
that the top of the division is kind of getting. It's kind of the same faces, you know. Strickland's getting another shot.
No,
Whitaker's
but it's in a traffic jam. It's in a traffic jam
yeah,
because realistically,
Whitaker's kind of obviously fighting Chimaev, but if he wins, he wants a title shot. It's interesting. Izzy probably thinks he should get another title shot after a win. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting. Do you give him Izzy straight away? Give him that tough test on the feet?
I think probably
But is that a good fight for Izzy? Izzy's
or
the reason why Izzy lost the Dracus fight was because of his grappling. Dracus went wrestling heavy most of the fight. I
hmm,
know he did well on the feet as well, but it was mainly based around his wrestling. If Izzy could stuff those takedowns, I reckon he could have won. But his takedown defense let him down that fight. Izzy fighting Imavov, is that a good fight for Izzy in terms of showing
I
what he's
think
done in the gym regarding takedown defense?
I think mm, Izzy's not gonna be fighting anytime soon. I feel like what they should do, right? We know Strickland is gonna get the Duplessis. That needs to get booked ASAP. Like we need to have a date for that so that things can keep moving.
Yeah,
Then realistically, there'll be it will be the winner of Chimaev and Whitaker.
for to get a shot.
But then, as a second number one contender fight, Borralho against Imavov,
Yeah, Baralo's another guy that's been I mean, the
bro.
Baralo Imavov would be an amazing fight, but so what do you mean? So the winner of Chimaev Whitaker is next in line for the belt.
There's a traffic jam.
And
Realistically,
then
there's
you've
a
got another fight for where next? Like what? It's like a free
but bro,
fight,
like
free fight.
realistically, Hamzat's got too much name value.
Yeah,
Yeah. So if
especially
he
if he wins. If he beats Whitaker, he's getting it. He's getting
so
100%.
he's getting a shot, right? Strickland's been promised a shot, so that's
Yeah,
basically. And then Whitaker, cool. I mean, if DDP wins, I know he smoked Whitaker, but there's an argument that Whitaker had an off night considering everything done, so they'd be able to promote it at a decent level. So the Whitaker would be getting a shot, and then Imavov he's just not that big of a name yet, and
no,
it's not like he's knocking people out. He done well against Cannonier.
no, but he just puts on clinics in it. He's a very slick guy, excellent defense. For the purists, he's a good fighter to watch, but for the casuals or the fans that want to see bloodshed, they're not really gonna lean towards him. But he's a quality fighter, and he's a handful for anyone on the feet. You
Yeah,
know, I just remember that Strickland fight. Strickland kind of put a beating on him, but he's improved a lot since then. So
yeah,
listen,
but
the middleweight division is kind of on fire right now. You know, there's a lot of good contenders, but what I don't like that happens a lot, and it happened at lightweight as well, where you've kind of got the same people fighting for the belt again and again. Now that Strickland and Dracus have fought each other, even if Strickland wins, they're 1-on-1. I don't want to see a trilogy. I just want a weight class to keep moving.
but it
I want
depends how good the fight was.
Yeah, I know, but still, you've got contenders now. You've got Whitaker, Chimaev, especially if Chimaev wins. If Whitaker wins, then it's another one of you've got the same face fighting again. You just mentioned Baralo. You've got Imavov. You know,
Mm.
you've got Izzy who can fight one of these contenders. If you're not gonna give Baralo or Imavov a shot, Give them the Izzy fight. Izzy for me needs a win before he
I
fights
mean,
Big
if
Dog.
I'm Imavov, I want Izzy because that's a legacy name. He
And
just
that's a. It might sound a bit messed up as well, but it's a better matchup for him than these grapplers, these guys that can grapple. You know,
do
he
you
doesn't
think?
really want to fight Whittaker because Whittaker can just take him down. He doesn't want to fight Drakus, I don't think, right now. Even though Drakus is the champion, it's a bad matchup for him. Izzy's obviously, I think Izzy's an elite striker. I'm not saying he beats Izzy Imavov, but it's a better matchup. It's going to stay on the feet. Izzy's not going to shoot. Do you know what I mean? So
I
that
think
Izzy
I
fight's a
think
good
if
fight
it's
for him.
I still think if it's a pure kickboxing fight, I would favor Izzy over Imavov.
Not 100%, but it is a better fight for him where he can showcase his skills. He can then show the fans, listen, I'm a kickboxer. Look what I can do against possibly the best kickboxer to ever fight in MMA. Do you know what I mean? Izzy's an elite fighter, but Izzy as well. You mentioned Izzy's gonna sit out. I don't think it's a smart idea for him to sit out. He sat out what over a year, 2 years he maybe before the Drakus fight. So I don't think it's a smart thing for him to fight. And he's getting on a bit as well. People forget Izzy's not a young guy. What is he?
He's 36.
36. Once
But does he fight a
there's that stat.
contender? Does he fight an upcoming contender then? Does he fight an Imavov or
I think
Borralia?
he fights the winner of Imavov. Actually, it hasn't been booked. I think he either fights Borrallo or Imavov. One of the two.
Bro,
Just
that's
to
a
get
bit.
just to
That would
get
be.
just to get the cobwebs off, just to get a win back in the win column, just to
Mm,
get that confidence back. Because you can't go back into the he's already lost. He's lost 2 in a row, bro. That's not a good look for Izzy, especially his legacy. You can't lose twice in a row. You need a win now, and he needs to avenge those losses.
bro,
Which he
I
can
would
do.
rather he fights Imavov than he fights Borralia. I'll be honest, because Borralia
Yeah,
was
they're
standing
both
up
good
to him
fights.
kind of near, but he's got grappling in his back pocket, bro.
Yeah, he's got that as well. There was talk of Izzy even going up to 205. I saw it somewhere. Izzy out
What,
at 205 just to add to. But
what would
let's
he
be
do?
real, man. Let's be real, man. Pereira's just having a he's just having a breeze up there, bro. There's nothing up there to even challenge him other than Ankalaev, who's being frozen out. He's getting the aspinal treatment. So other than Ankalaev, I mean, he's got a little. I don't want to say gimme fight, but he's got your boy Khalil. I said it's a 1 minute job. So once he gets that
Well, no,
1 minute job out of the way,
if you're wrong with that prediction, then it's
yeah,
over, bro.
that's a
Then you're
1 minute job.
jinxed. Then you're jinxed,
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know. Unless Pereira wants to just drag it, that's a 1 minute job. Well, after that 1 minute job, I say book the Ankalaev fight for early next year. Ankalaev's got a fight coming up as well. Rakic, isn't it? On the
Yeah,
undercard
bro.
of Topuria Holloway.
Yeah, bro. UFC
So
308. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's Rakic is a tough fight for anybody, but if Ankalaev is who I think he is, he should get through him. And then for me, one of the most anticipated fights for me is Pereira and Ankalaev. I really think this is a good fight for both. I think Ankalaev will definitely pose the biggest question mark for Pereira because Ankalaev can grapple and he can box. He's not a scrub on the feet. He's not gonna reach with his right hand with his chin up. He's not a scrub. He's got some weaknesses, especially with the kicks. We saw Blachowicz cook him a bit. If you don't want to go into a fight with Pereira with that weakness, he needs to sort that out. But if you can get past the leg kicks, it's very interesting. Of course, Pereira, when he lands, is a problem. But Ankalaev is a slick guy, bro. I've been watching his fights back. He can box. He's very smart and slick, and he rolls with punches, and he can grapple.
No, it's
So it'll be
definitely the
interesting.
hardest matchup for
100%.
Pereira, 100%. Quickly just buzzing through the rest of the Paris card. Did you see the Brian Battle thing where he was just like, what did he say? He said, because his nickname's the Butcher, and he was like,
Yeah,
I hope you didn't expect the Butcher to lose a fight against a French dude, and like the whole
yeah.
fucking arena just
Yeah,
went.
there was a lot of anti-French sentiment, man. It's crazy. I don't know. Maybe it was the commission that were bothering the fighters or something. I don't know. Maybe it was
Yeah,
the blood test, the urine sample that annoyed the fighters. But yes, it's not a good look because it didn't MMA just became legal in France recently. So
yeah, like
yeah, I
2 years.
don't know. I mean,
This is the third
the
event in
fans are
France.
great. The fans are great. I mean,
Oh,
they were loud. They were noisy. They
yeah,
love the sport. I
yeah.
don't know. Maybe it's just these Americans just being Americans and it just hating
Yeah,
on
I
it.
hear that.
I mean,
And then, but the fight itself was, bro, that was a barn burner. Brian
there was
Battle
a
just throws mad bangs all the
yeah.
time, bro, non-stop.
But the craziest fight for me, or the
Yeah.
craziest finish, was that Favola knockout. Oh
Oh,
my god, that was disturbing, bro.
bro, he don't
He
get
didn't
knocked
see it
out.
coming. He didn't see it coming, but he went limp midair. Midair, he went limp. was
Broski,
crazy.
you know it is. Like, Frivola loves, like, I'm not going to say loves, I'm not going to be disrespectful, but when he gets knocked out, he don't get knocked out normal, Broski.
Yeah, it's just
He takes
yeah, that was
Astro
a
traveling to a
bad
new level.
knockout.
Because the thing is, you say, yeah, he wasn't looking. How did BSD knock him out? Man wasn't looking. Ate a
Yeah.
head kick. This one, protect yourself at all times,
Yeah, but
bro.
it didn't even have a lot of wind up. It wasn't even a knee that came with a lot of force. It's just he just lifted it around him, kind of hit his, I don't know where he hit. Was it his chin or his temple?
It was
Somewhere
like,
around the side,
mm.
and he just went
Bro,
limp. That was a but and then he followed up
ZM's
with
good
shots as
though.
well.
ZM's good
No, he's
though.
quality, but the way he followed up with those shots as well. I know you've got to finish the job off, but that was
Yeah,
those two punches
I,
were unnecessary.
those
The
couple
guy was
shots,
out. He was
After,
he was
yeah,
sleeping.
they were those couple shots after they were whoa. Like
Yeah.
his head did bounce off the canvas. Like it was kind of, hey, that was a mad one. I can't lie. And what else happening? Yeah, I mean BSD's face. Madness.
Yeah, it's
Dukas Duplessis is funny though. This guy, yeah, he tweeted straight after he was like, "Tough luck, Brendan Allen. Joking, you suck, loser."
yeah, I think Brendan will
When is the
yeah.
champion just looking like little peasants? Like,
No,
I'm
you
the
know what it
champion.
is? You know what it is? I just think Brendan, you know, Drakus, one thing about him, he never forgets. You know, when people disrespect him, he never forgets. So it's a thing where even Urseg was kind of talking crazy. As the moment Urseg got beaten, he gave it to him as well. A lot of people have been talking down on Drakus, saying it's not all that. I just think he takes all of that personal in it. And you're right, he's a champion. He probably shouldn't care, but still, you know, if you disrespect him, he'll give it back to you in it. And Drakus is a guy that everyone doubts. Everyone has been
No,
doubting him. I mean, not me. I can speak on myself. I've been
I don't.
doubting
Yeah,
him,
no, I don't.
but he's
I've
not
stopped
given
doubting
the
him.
credit he deserves in it. Even now, you see on Twitter, people still make fun of his style. I think he's got an awkward style, but he's very technical as well. The way he fights, and
Yeah.
he gets disrespected, and he definitely takes it personal.
Did you
If he keeps on winning, it doesn't matter, innit?
Did you see? Do you remember when we mentioned the footballers that would be the best in the octagon? And you see Ramos training with Taporia.
Yeah, I mean they got that Spanish.
Broski Ramos training
Yeah,
MMA. Hey,
Ramos. Yeah,
Taporia looks in crazy shape, bro. I'm telling.
yeah.
Hey, do you know what? I was thinking. I wanted to ask you this. Yeah, hypothetical question. Yeah, prime 145 McGregor against current
Uh,
Ilya Taporia. Who would win?
for me, you know what it is? For me, it's very hard for me to pick against the Prime McGregor. It's just very hard for me. I look at the fight. I don't know. It's Taporia can crack, but Prime McGregor, bro, you couldn't touch him. Prime McGregor at 145. Just look at the Aldo fight. I'm not saying it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but then the sports evolved. The sports evolved. The level of fighter today is better than the level of
Taporia is
fighter.
the better grappler.
100%, 100%. But McGregor has underrated takedown defense. He's a better
That no,
grappler.
that you want to talk about like all-time matchups like that I would have loved to have seen
Yeah,
was
prime versus prime. But then you've got to consider the sports evolved. So what was prime back in the day is different to now. So McGregor back then when we were watching him fight at 145 was elite. Oh my god, I've never seen this. He's the way he slips and counters. This guy's a freak, touch of death. But that's that style now. He's trying to implement it today, and it's not working. He tried against Poirier. The sports evolved, so you could say Topuria because the sports evolved. But then again, can Topuria eat that shot, that left hook, that slip counter hook? I don't know. There's not a lot of people at 145 that can eat that shot, so it's a
yeah.
tough one
Did you see that Lopez is officially the backup fighter as well
for
for
the.
the
Yeah, I mean Lopez is a bro. Lopez is a freak.
bro
Lopez
gangster
is starting to become my favorite fighter. I'm
broski.
no even like I was playing UFC 5 recently, just playing the game. When it's a featherweight bout, I'm picking Lopez, bro.
Bro,
The guy is bro. He's rangy, he can box. He's got a chin, and on the mats, it's a wrap. He's a problem. He's a problem.
broski. Yeah, but Volkanovski was like, yeah, like I don't really want
I saw
anything
that.
to.
Yeah, so he was given an option to fight Lopez. I think he was given the offer to fight him, but he doesn't want to fight. He wants his next fight to be for the belt. Now it's interesting. You can look at it two ways. He just wants to stay healthy, and his first fight back, he wants it to be for the belt. He's had X amount of title defenses. He feels like he deserves it. Or the Lopez fight is a high risk, low reward, which makes sense. if he loses that Lopez fight, he's not getting a title shot for a while. That's what how many
I
losses in a
mean,
row?
more than a while, he might not get one again.
Exactly. That's multiple losses in a row. So I
But the
get
thing,
why he doesn't want it, but then I also feel for Lopez where he has to what if Holloway and Topuria have a mad fight, you could possibly argue they'll have a rematch. Then you've got Alex Volkanovski. That fight, Topuria Holloway, I'm expecting a 5-round crazy back
you're
and forth.
expecting 5 rounds.
I'm expecting a 5-round back and forth.
I tell you what.
I've said
Tell you what.
Holloway for me is hard to knock out. So I think it'll be
No, and you
I
know
think it'll be
what?
similar to the Gaethje fight. 5 rounds of craziness. We'll see
I
the
hear that.
craziest fight we've ever
I
seen.
hear that. But
And
my
then
bold
on top of
prediction,
that, Volkanovski has to
my
fight as well. So
my bold
Lopez is going to be
prediction,
waiting how long?
my bold prediction, the fight doesn't go the distance.
And the only way it doesn't go the distance is if it's a Topuria knockout win. But then again, don't sleep on Max. I didn't expect Max to knock out Gaethje. Max is the guy that can just pull it out of the bag. So I think this fight is closer than people think it is. They're going off Topuria's knockout win against Volkanovski. But there's also some factors to that Volkanovski knockout win. Volkanovski coming off a knockout loss to Makachev.
Yeah, but he might not be the same though.
Yeah,
He
I mean, you
might
could say
he
after
might
that
not
knockout
be.
loss, his confidence went. But then Volkanovski looked good before that knockout. Do you know what I mean? It's not like Volkanovski looked
Bro,
like a...
Topuria was downloading data,
Yeah, but
bro.
he looked all right, though. He looked all right. He didn't look too bad. But Topuria, once he closed the
He
distance
backed
and
up
landed
against
that
the fence.
combo,
I'm telling you, he backed up against the
yeah.
fence
No,
against Ilya
no,
Topuria.
no, Ilya
It's
has
like,
that pressure though, and Ilya doesn't just chase you; he cuts the cage.
bro,
He's not the kind of fighter that'll just follow you to the. He'll
but
cut the
but
cage. He'll force you back.
regarding Volkanovski, I just don't know if there's the juice to see him fight for the title again. Like, I
Yeah,
hear it, but when you got an exciting guy like Lopez, bro,
yeah. Lopez is going
I
to be
want to
waiting how
see.
long?
I want
That's
to
what I
see.
meant to say.
I want to see. I'll be honest. I want to see him fight for a title before Volk, whether he's deserving,
No, I
not
understand that.
deserving.
I understand that.
Him v Ilya
Or let
Topuria.
him fight Volk. Or let him fight Volk. The UFC have to make a decision here because if they let Volk fight for the belt, you're getting Holloway Topuria who are fighting towards the end of the year. Then
Mm.
they've got to recover from the fight. I'm expecting a war. Then Volkanovski's going to fight. It might be the end of 2025 when Lopez gets a shot. And you're telling me Lopez is going to stay and not fight in between then. Lopez also has to consider his options. Is he going to fight guys that are ranked below
He's an
him?
active
High
guy.
risk, low reward.
He's an
That's what
active
I'm
guy as
saying.
well. You
So, I
don't
mean, who's
wait out.
available? Who's available then? Because
Well,
I mean,
Evloev
Mobstar was meant to fight Aljo. Aljo obviously pulled out with an injury.
be rebooked.
Do you do the? It's been rebooked. So I mean, who does Lopez fight?
310.
Is he gonna? Is
It's
he,
been rebooked for 310.
Lopez is running out of content opponents unless he fights upwards. What's his name? Who isn't thinking without a fight? Yair Rodriguez, or has he been booked in for a fight? Yeah, he's coming off a win over.
Why would
No, no,
Lopez?
no, but if Lopez isn't getting a shot anytime soon, if Volk has supposedly been promised the title shot, Zabit is not Zabit. Yair is also coming off a win over Brian Ortega. Lopez coming off a win over against Brian Ortega. They have a common opponent. I think that's a good fight to make. In the
Wait.
meantime,
Yeah, lost to Ortega.
Yeah, lost Ortega. My bad.
So you just beat the
So
guy that beat him.
yeah,
Nah,
no, but I'm just
can't,
saying
bro.
they've got a common opponent. That's what I meant to say. They've got a common opponent. It's a
Not
fight
that.
that he could have in the meantime. It's in the meantime because otherwise he's going to be waiting until the end of 2025. And we know what happens when fighters just wait around. It messes you up.
I'll be honest. I think if he's not to fight a Volk or for the title, I expect Movsar to probably beat Aljamain Sterling and then there's beef there already, isn't it? So
Yeah, I mean,
it's one
you
of
could
them where like they have priors and then they can just they can just get it on. When 310's December, Movsar wants to be an active guy. He fights like he doesn't fight regular because it's just a mess, bro. He can't like. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but Sterling could Sterling beat Evloev? I don't know, bro.
Sterling is a dark horse in that weight class. People
Yeah,
sleeping on him. That Calvin Cater fight was an impressive fight.
yeah.
A lot of people don't like his style. But listen, I've always said he's the best wrestler to come out of 135. And the
Big
skill
shout.
level at 135 is high. They're just not as big. But
Yeah.
the skill level at 135 is still top notch. So for him to dominate guys like that, I think he can transfer it. The question mark for me was just the size, the fact of the strength. He's fighting against bigger guys. Can he take the punches? But listen, he looked good against Calvin. Calvin's not a scrub. He's been around for a while. There was points where people thought Calvin was the best boxer at one featherweight. Probably still
Whoa,
is.
until Max Holloway proved the
Until
other way.
Max Holloway, yeah, but for him to do that against a solid contender that's been around for a while, in Calvin Cater was impressive.
Yeah.
He just needs to go out and show it a bit more. But he wanted to, but unfortunately he got injured for the
Did you see that Bilal basically confirmed that Shafkat's next?
Yeah, I saw that. But Bilal's also getting caught up by McGregor, so it's a weird one. McGregor went on a little rant as well. That
Oh,
streaming
it's
thing.
streaming.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's lost
McGregor
that.
streaming is top tier, bro. It's
Yeah,
hilarious.
he's lost it a little bit. He's what was he saying? Topuria. He said he hates Topuria. He's getting at everybody.
Bro.
He's
And then
getting
he
at
said he
everybody.
liked Sean O'Malley
Yeah,
when
but they've been going back and forth for a while.
Mm.
Yeah,
But it looks
I
like
don't know.
Ian Gary's got a match
Yeah,
up.
that's another thing I was going to mention. So there was a clip that came out of him signing a contract. I think it's Madalena or what's his name? Colby. Yeah, Madalena or Colby. It can't be anybody else, to be honest.
It won't be Usman.
Usman is hell bent on fighting for the belt, but if Ian can get that Usman fight, that is a very, very good fight. Or Leon Edwards. But
Or Leon Edwards.
yeah, because Leon is not getting the shot.
Oh, the welterweight division, there's fresh matchups to be seen. Edwards,
Welterweight,
Gary.
the matchmakers have an easy night's work when it comes to welterweight. Just match up the guys. The only fight that makes complete sense is Shavkat versus Bilal. You've got Usman that wants to fight. You've got Leon Edwards that wants to fight. You've got Madalena. I think he's recovered now from his issues. So you've got Ian Gary, MVP, Prates is rumored. So listen, the welterweight division's back. The welterweight division's back.
Cooking.
Middleweight division's looking good. A lot of contenders.
It's just 205.
Bantamweight is always the heavy anything above that 205 is meaty. Heavyweight is a bit. Heavyweight's in limbo right now. Jones is back.
We need Aspinall champ, and then we can just relax, bro. Right?
Yeah,
that.
Jones versus Stipe. We don't even know if they're both gonna make it to that fight.
Volkov Gane got moved as well.
To what?
310.
Yeah. So I mean, Aspinall even came out and said, if there's a case where both Jones and Stipe retire,
I'll fight the winner.
He should have his first defense against Volkov and Gane, which makes complete sense.
Yeah.
But then if Jones and Stipe retire, that heavyweight division needs a bit more contenders. I mean, I need to do my research and see who's up and coming in that heavyweight division.
Bro, you'll probably see someone that was on the contender series like this season. Just
they need to start. Yeah, they need to start basically getting guys from these other organizations, these talented fighters. Because if Stipe and Jones retire, I know Stipe hasn't been fighting for a while, but especially Jones, if he retires, who's really there to contend and contest?
Well, like the new gen, like
we need a new gen. Yeah, we need someone that new.
Well, they thought Almeida was that guy until he got elbowed in the head by Curtis Blades. Like, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, there's not much going on. There's not much going on, to be honest. Like,
I mean, Curtis Blades basically has been number one contender for 5 years or something, bro. Do you know what I mean? So that says everything.
He's always like one fight away from being involved in like either an interim fight.
Are we gonna bring Derek Lewis back from the dead and fight Aspinall? Come on. The heavyweight division is
it's looking a bit rubbed right now. Hey, but you know what? Before we stop the episode, I'm gonna need in that. No, don't say 1 minute job. Pereira Roundtree. I actually need the lowdown.
I think Pereira.
This is getting clipped.
Khalil is gonna come out confident, do his Muay Thai, try and close the distance, land some fancy kicks, and then Pereira's gonna check a few of those kicks. He's gonna land his leg kick. Then he's gonna know, shit, I can't close the distance with this guy. Then he'll get a bit wild, and listen, he'll just do what he. Listen, I don't want to be disrespectful, but he's gonna bottle it. He's gonna, this guy. He crumbles when he steps up in competition. He crumbles, bro. He crumbles when he has that step up in competition. He crumbles, and he's a juice head. So just because of that, I want Pereira to do a job on him, and Pereira will do a job on him. And it's not even like matchup wise. Come on, Pereira's a lot better than him everywhere. There's talks of him grappling, but Khalil's come out and said, "I don't want to grapple." There's talks of Khalil saying you should wrestle.
No. He said he's not shooting.
But he said he's not shooting. I mean, it only takes one leg kick because Pereira, people forget, it's not just a left hook. He has a crazy leg kick that's not telegraphed. That when he lands on you, it does damage. So Yeah, listen, it's a 1 minute job. It's a 1 minute job.
First round. First round
Pereira,
finish.
yeah,
First
Pereira
round finish.
knockout, bro. First round
So,
finish.
first round knockout.
First round knockout. Come on, man.
Damn. So there's not a world where like
He will look
Roundtree
good.
gets
He will look good early on, but Pereira would come on, man. Pereira, come on. This is Pereira,
what's
man.
early on. You took it like you'll look good for 2 minutes.
Yeah, will look good first 20 seconds. Like, it'll look all right. And then Pereira will just give it to him. He'll
Nah,
just,
that is wild. So there's not a world where Roundtree actually gives him a decent like war.
nah. I don't see
To
it.
be fair, I'm saying all this, but I
But I
got
want it to be a quick job so Ankalaev can get in there. Do you know? If he has a war, then Pereira has to recover. But I want Pereira and
I'm
Ankalaev.
gonna say
Because
I'm gonna
Pereira's not
say
getting any younger. Pereira's not getting any younger as well, man. What is he,
yeah,
37? We need that Ankalaev fight.
yeah. No, you're right. And then bro, if he fights Ankalaev, then pretty much like what's left? Nothing.
He has to go to heavyweight.
I'm gonna say Pereira. I can't believe the event's next week. The event is stinky. They were trying to promote the Pennington Pena fight. I was like,
Pennington, I remember Pennington when she fought Nunes back in the day. Do you remember
yeah,
where she took a beating and then she ended up basically giving up on the stool? And it's crazy that she's the champion now. It just shows
bro.
it's crazy.
Where's my girl? Where's my girl Zhang Wei Li though? Where's she at?
Yeah, someone was talking about she's very inactive.
Bro,
She's very
she
inactive.
scrap, bro. She's my favorite female
Yeah,
fighter. It's not even
she's
close.
wild. She's inactive. Even Rose is a bit inactive. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's in a weird spot. Yeah, it's in a weird spot right now.
But I'll go.
Since Nunes is retired, it's been a bit.
Yeah.
I know Kayla Harrison's here now to kind
True,
of, but even
true.
she needs a fight. She needs to get
No,
booked as
she's
well.
booked. She's
She's
booked. I'm pretty sure she's booked. Yeah, but
who's
it's
she
not.
booked?
It's not
It's
like
not
a.
yeah. She's not. It's not
It's
anybody
just
with a
another
name on.
name. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
another name. But yeah, regarding the Pereira fight, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a bit more respectful, and I'm gonna. I'm gonna go second or third. Second round knockout. I think he survived. I think he survived the first
It's
round.
not that different from mine, is it?
Yeah, but you're saying 1 minute job. I'm
It's a
saying.
1 minute job.
I'm saying 8 minutes. She's fighting Caitlin Vieira at UFC 307. She's fighting the next pay-per-view, so if she gets a win, she'll probably get a title shot in it.
Yeah.
Oh, Aldo. Forgot Aldo's fighting as well against
Yeah.
Bautista.
It's always good to see Aldo fight, man.
Yeah, it's always good. And then the last one, delete say Kevin Holland, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's no, Holland should win that fight. I think Holland should win that fight. I think he
Bro,
will win that fight.
I don't know. I can smell
Nah.
just
Holland will just when he has to win, he'll just pull out the bag. You know what I mean? He's one of those. I think Holland will just be around forever.
yeah. Yeah, well, Holland will always be scrapping like in and around the guys and just do his thing and whatnot.
Yeah.
But in terms of stack meter, bro, that is what? Okay, so Wonder Boy against Buckley is on the prelims.
Yeah, Buckley came out and said, "I can't believe they put me down to the prelims," but
Bro,
they do that sometimes. They do that sometimes just so that they can get more viewers early on instead of just
Yeah, I mean
stacking up the main card.
that's probably the best fight other than probably the best fight, no? Buckley, Wonder Boy, bro, that's a decent little fight. I think
Buckley's look good. Buckley's looked
I
good
think
recently
Buckley
as
will
well.
probably win. I think, but
But
at this stage,
Wonder Boy might turn the clock and just put on a clinic. You can never ever doubt Wonder Boy.
yeah. All right, cool. So that's it for today's episode. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All the clips will be on TikTok and Instagram. Mo's prediction for next week is
1 minute job.
Pereira knocks out Roundtree swiftly. I think Roundtree gets out the first round, and then what? Left hook, punch or kick?
Of course, left hook. Of course, left hook. Khalil's gonna overreach, bang.
Flying knee. There you flying knee. Like his
You know
like
what?
his
He might get him with a head kick as well. Khalil likes to kick. He just might kick him just because.
yeah. Fingers crossed we don't do next week's episode and Pereira's been knocked out or something. Because
No
then
way. I need the Ankalaev fight, man.
Mm.
But to be honest, it just makes it better. Look, Pereira will get a rematch, so that just delays Ankalaev getting a shot because there's no way Pereira doesn't get a rematch if Khalil wins. No way. Pereira's done too much.
He has done too much.
And he's done a lot for the UFC as well, fighting on short notice. How many times has he come and saved the
Save the
UFC?
day. He's
So he's
saving this
definitely getting
event, bro. He would have
exactly,
headlined this event.
exactly. So he's definitely getting a title shot. I mean, regardless, win or lose. So I just want Ankalaev to get in there, and the best way is if Pereira can get a quick job, a quick finish. We'll see Ankalaev straight after, innit?
All right. Peace out, everyone. See you lots later. Love.